Why do you think that it's a right to deprive another person, an innocent person, of their life? Why would that be a human right? Because that's what you're saying.
Yeah, because the government, in my opinion, shouldn't have say-so over what a woman does with her body. It's her body. So
if she takes a knife and tries to stab some born person, would you say that the government has the right to control her in that? Why not?
Because that's like literally something that's in her body that she's forming.
Right.
And
a human being
like
growing in the first stages of life.
Independent of her body. That's completely different.
It's not different because God has gifted that woman with that human being, and he's determined that she will be the protector and provider for that human. That becomes her job when she becomes pregnant. Mm-hmm. The Bible indicates that God opens and closes the womb, that he knits together the child in the womb. That's what the Bible says. Okay. So when somebody gets pregnant, that's God giving them a child. So that's God basically telling the person, this is your responsibility. Therefore, when a person kills that child, they're in direct rebellion against God. They have no right to do that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, wait, then I have a question. This doesn't have to do with the abortion. So you said when somebody gets pregnant. So do you subscribe to the idea that trans women can become pregnant and trans men can be pregnant?
A trans man would be someone who's trying to be a woman. I'm not sure.
That transitions into a man. Yes.
Only people with uteruses can get pregnant.
Okay.
I don't know, that's my answer. I don't know how people, what those terms mean.
Oh, no.
So just whoever has a uterus can get pregnant.
Yeah, that's a good answer. Okay. I respect you for that. Okay. And it's just my thing is I'm stuck on, why do you think that you just have this power over people just because God, quote unquote, revealed himself to you? And you could just tell people what to do. That's just, so weird. Why don't you just mind your business?
Well, God told the prophet Jeremiah in Jeremiah chapter 1 that he had power over the nations. And what did he mean by that? He was telling him that he had prophetic power, that he had power to tell people what to do. So God indicates that I should go and tell people what to do, because in Matthew 28, he said to his disciples, go make disciples of all nations, teaching them everything that I've commanded you. So it's my job to teach everybody what God commanded the disciples.
I mean, that's fair, but again, it's fine, because you're still arguing from a book that was written by man and edited by man continuously.
Inspired by God.
Yes, inspired by this concept of God that you have.
If that book is not inspired by God, the biblical worldview is not true, and at that point you're stuck with finite limited consciousness that can't prove anything to be true.
You still have finite limited consciousness even if you do believe in God.
Right, but his omniscience informs my consciousness of what's true so that I can justify beliefs. If he didn't, then knowledge would not be possible. I couldn't have justified true belief.
What denomination are you?
I'm not affiliated with a certain denomination.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, this is really interesting. Because, your logic, at least to me, just doesn't make any sense. And you're what do you, okay, then,
why?
Because you're arguing, from your holy book. It's
my highest authority. You're arguing from your consciousness.
Yes, which
so
is
the same thing, right. So yours is incredibly inferior because you don't have all knowledge, right? I don't have all knowledge, so I'm not going to appeal to my own mind. The Bible says he who trusts in his own mind is a fool. So since I shouldn't trust in finite consciousness, I should trust in a worldview in which omniscience informs non-omniscience so that non-omniscience can justify its beliefs. Your worldview is putting faith in limited consciousness, and there's no divine revelation to tell you what's true, and then you're stuck in this vicious circle of trying to use your consciousness to validate your consciousness. That doesn't make any sense.
It kind of does make sense, because at least with my limited consciousness that I have, it's also based in what we have observed through science, and it's the mere fact that a fetus cannot survive outside the womb unless it's artificial. So why then does it matter to you if a woman gets an abortion or not? And also the hypocrisy.
Can I address those?
Yes.
You can't prove that scientific experiments are going on if you don't know the true nature of reality, because for all you know, those scientific experiments are illusory in your consciousness, and people need to live in the womb as part of the normal stage of growing as a human being. You can't have any other right unless you first live inside the womb. So that's the most foundational right for a human being to have in the first place. Therefore, they should be protected.
I don't know what to make of you. You confuse me. Not in a bad way. It's just you're so confusing. Because I just don't understand why. I understand why you do what you do, but it's just it's none of your business what a woman does with her body.
Oh, well, I mean, that's pretty crazy to say, because if you saw somebody getting raped, would you be like, oh, that's none of my business, I'm not going to interfere, just let the person, I'll just let the person rape the other person? No, you intervene. You need to intervene when people are dying and being raped and being violated.
It's the same thing that you said with a woman possibly killing another person. It's in her body, though.
Right, and the human being is living in the one place that every human being needs to live as part of the normal process of growing as a human. You can't be a human without doing it. So it's the most foundational right. You can't have any other right to do anything unless you first do that. Everybody has to live in a certain environment. Just like right now, we have to live in Earth's environment or we can't survive. Does that mean that just because we can only survive here, does that mean that somebody has the right to launch us into space and kill us? No. So just because there's a certain place where you need to survive doesn't mean that you don't have the right to live there. And that's the way God designed it, that it be inside another person, that he gifts with a new human being to love and protect and care for.
Okay. So I'm not even going to say that I'm pro-abortion. I'm pro having the right to choose, but I'm not for abortion specifically. Because it's ultimately that is a human embryo, and of course can develop into a baby that can live outside the womb. So it's just I don't know.
It's kind of like saying that I believe in the right to rape people. It's pretty crazy.
No, it's not.
It is. You believe that people have the right to violate other people's bodies.
You keep equating these different
unjustly.
things.
Well, there shouldn't be any difference in your mind because they're both unjust violations of innocent people, right? The baby in the womb doesn't deserve to die. They don't deserve the death penalty.
Okay.
So why would we give them the death penalty?
It's not even alive at that point. Well, it's not that it's not alive, but it's it's not viable outside of the womb. So
I just addressed that. But you're not viable outside of Earth's atmosphere, right? Does that mean it's okay to launch you into space? No.
Okay.
Everybody has a certain place where they need to live in certain stages of life. You cannot be a human being if you do not have the right to live in the womb. Yeah, so if you think that human rights exist, you have to believe in that right, because there's no other right you can have. You can't have the right to property, you can't have the right to free speech, you can't have the right to all these different rights if you don't have the right to get outside of the womb.
Okay. Hopefully you come back here so I can talk to you more about this.
I'll be back here.
Yeah, good. Okay. So yeah, that'd be a good thing.
Okay.
I'm gonna look into this and formulate my opinions more deeply, and we will talk again, I hope. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Because I can at least respect the fact that you're willing to just talk.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing. So yeah. But like I said, you have a great day. I just got lunch.
Okay.
Gusto's really good. You should try it.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks.
Okay, thanks.
Well,